This is Alan Steinfeld for New Realities, and I'm here in the sacred circle of Avebury, interviewing a very interesting sound healing, geomantic magician, I would say, Christian Kyriacou.
Hi, Alan.
Hi. It's interesting to be here in such an ancient place to do this interview because your work is ancient as well. And what I find fascinating about your work is that you convert geometries into sound.
That's right. Yeah, because, well, the thing is, geometry, number, mathematics, architecture, music, it's all the same. It's all the same language to me.
Explain how that's all the same, because, you know, people hear sound. How do they get geometries from sound?
Well, as we were sounding just now in the circle, when we sound the one note, that's like your unity. And then when we sound the octave, we are literally doubling the vibration, the frequency. And so it's like 1 to 2, the octave. And so if you convert that to architecture, you've got the ratio of 1 to 2. And the Egyptian temples were always ratio of 1 to 2. And so were the Greek temples.
But what's the temple of this stone circle? It's too old. They haven't.
Yeah, the geometry. I'd need to analyze that a bit more.
But then talk about then the roots of this this kind of synesthesic association between form and vibration.
Well, the thing is, all sound is form. And when I look at a landscape or I look at a building, I can hear its music. I can feel it.
Is that just a special talent you have?
I've always been able to do that since a child. And when I mean, my work now, a lot of it is to go into buildings and listen to the building. And, you know, we work with people, energy clearing, space clearing, understanding the patterns that people run and how they correlate to their homes.
So the home has a vibration, and the people come in with their vibration. And if there's a clash in the vibrations,
then they've got problems.
The people and probably the house.
Absolutely, but the thing is, the people choose the house. They match the vibration.
Like relationships. You choose.
It is another relationship.
So you are a house whisperer, right?
That's right.
Which means, so what do? Someone goes into a house that matches their, let's say, lower vibration, if we're going to be judgmental. And how do you then shift the person and the house?
Well, first of all, you've got to understand what energies are running in the house. What's the story of the house? You've got, every building has an original soul. It was conceived maybe 200 years ago. And it's about working through the layers from present time right back to that inception point. And as you go through, what I'm doing is actually regressing the building.
And you go back psychically, is this how you do it?
I go back psychically through the years, and through that process you're seeing all the stuck energies, spirits, gooey stuff, whatever stories are running. Everyone who's lived there has left an imprint. And so what I'm doing is reading that, seeing how it matches with the owner, and seeing why people say, I've lived here 10 years, but I don't feel at home. And that's because the harmonics of their heart and that of the home are out of sync.
Right, so you go through psychically, and you get notes and tones, and then what do you do then to shift? I mean, how do you work?
Well, once you tune into the energies that shouldn't be there, that are damaging, because they're out of time to the present owner. If they're spirits that are stuck, you know, people who have died, and so you need to release those.
How do you do that with like chants or clearing or love?
That's just tuning in to their story, because they want to be seen. They want to know that they've been seen, acknowledged. They could be stuck there through trauma, you know, all sorts of reasons. But if you can tune into that and work with them and allow them to move to the light, then that's a great service.
So that's how you work, and then that lifts the vibration of the building. Then how do you lift the person's vibration?
Well, you're taking the person on the journey with you. They're
Oh.
always with you, working with you.
So they know what you're doing.
So they know what I'm doing to a greater degree. So all the energies are merging. And once you've cleared all the stuff that isn't useful to their life, then you start using the various techniques of Vastu, Feng Shui, energy enhancement, Qi enhancement, placement of objects and so on. But you need to understand the story of the person and what it is they want, where they need to go.
But just the technical thing, because I heard Vastu and Feng Shui are slightly contradictory to each other in the placement of mountains and
there are differences, but if there is any truth in either of them, there is a crossover. I always believe in finding the principle that governs the energy of all these disciplines.
So the person, as their sort of spiritual practice, goes on a journey through the building. The building is shifted, the person is shifted, and they live in harmony.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. And you do this with sound sometimes too. You make
you work with sound, mostly for clearing, rebalancing. I use psychic geometry in the etheric fields.
And is it true people have whole different lives after that process?
It changes people's lives enormously, absolutely. Some of the stories, we could talk for hours on some of the transformation stories.
So do you see sound in everything? I mean, we're here in crop circle country. Are you seeing a sound when you look at these patterns in the grass?
Yeah, and the other way round. When I hear a sound, I see form in my mind. And so when I'm composing music, I'm not composing it. I'm just listening, just taking in what is around me. And that's singing to me.
But do you get anything particular from the crop circles?
Oh, absolutely. That is huge geometrical bars. And in fact, in 2002 at the Crop Circle conference here at Devices, I did a talk on crop circle harmonics.
Wow.
What do they sound like? And of course, you can go through the analytical process of mathematics, number, harmony, geometry. It's the same story in a different form.
Great.
And crop circles are multidimensional. They're not flat. We know that.
And they're here for what reason, you think?
They're here to raise consciousness, I believe, to wake us up to the potential of the geometries and the knowledge that already is here. And it's like, well, here we are. Hey,
Thank you, Kristen.
Wonderful.
I appreciate that little talk because it's
you.
inspiring. Because there's so many new forms of the way people are working.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.